I'm Vanessa Shelley.
And I'm Mayor Dave Ryan.
And this is To Realty and Beyond. Durham Region. It's one of Canada's fastest growing populations. But with a forecasted population growth of 1 million by 2031, many wonder, can the GTA's largest municipality sustain such massive growth? Well, my guest today is here to address just that. He is currently serving his 4th consecutive term as mayor of the largest city in the region. And he is, of course, Mayor Dave Ryan. Mayor Ryan, I really appreciate you joining me today and taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down with me.
It's a pleasure, Vanessa. I'm looking forward to this.
Now, you and your wife, Anne, have lived in the region since 1985, and I'm sure in that time you have seen massive transformation. Can you tell me a little bit about how the region has taken shape over the decades?
Well, it's certainly grown up. It's maturing. When we moved here 30 odd years ago, Altona Road, as an example, was 2 lanes and a leaf canopy over it, and had a used tire shop on the corner of Altona and Kingston Road. And I mean, if you drive through that area now, obviously the housing component has matured significantly. But beyond that, the amenities have grown up around it. And we've seen that right across Pickering and throughout the region as we've seen our municipalities mature, as we've seen more people of diverse backgrounds move into the community, and we've seen the amenities grow appropriately, and as you would expect. So we now have a broad range of eating opportunities as an example, great shopping, good medical care, etc. So we've seen a great deal of very positive development in the last 30 years.
So certainly a lot of explosive growth has happened over the few years, and we've seen that in the housing market with this massive demand for housing and real estate prices skyrocketing. But one thing that people are voicing concern over is Durham going to be able to keep up with this momentum? And I think Pickering's got a pretty viable solution with the new community of Seton.
Yeah, we're in very good shape, actually, as a region as a whole, and certainly with the Seton development, as we've spent literally 13 years negotiating with the province and the landowners to ensure that the infrastructure is in place as Seton builds out. So we're actually seeing the construction now, or the services being put in the ground. We have a very robust plan for both road transportation, specifically with the Durham Rapid Transit System running across Kingston Road, but also connecting up through Seton in the various main corridors. So we feel very confident that we're going to be able to handle this growth going forward. In addition to that, we have a plan that will allow for 30,000 jobs to support the 70,000 residents that are being anticipated in Seton. And that's extremely important, because if you move to an area and there isn't a place to work, that's problematic, because it means you have to go somewhere else. So we're working very hard as a municipality, both Pickering and the region of Durham, together to ensure that we fill those employment lands along the 407 corridor.
Excellent. And we can see on the graphic here where exactly the community of Seton is going to be. And when can we expect the development to be completed?
Well, I think it's anticipated to be a 20-year build, which if you think about 70,000 people over 20 years, that's pretty aggressive. But I think it's more than realistic, given the dynamic of the growth in the GTA and the attractiveness of Pickering in particular and Durham Region as a whole. So we see that happening. The services, as I've mentioned, are being put in the ground as we speak.
Okay.
And we should expect to see houses, roofs, and occupancy starting in 2017.
Excellent. Well, something to look forward to for sure. Now, with this anticipated growth comes the need for entertainment, and currently we are heading to Toronto for that, to fulfill that need. But I think that Pickering is got something very exciting that's going to sort of encourage residents to stay in the area with Durham Live. Can you tell me a bit about where the concept of Durham Live came from and what it's going to offer?
The Durham Live came about as a result of an opportunity that was presented through the Ontario Lottery and Gaming Corporation and their modernization process. And they basically said, do we have more willing hosts for a casino? And Pickering declared itself a willing host. But where the Durham Live concept actually came from is when the proponents of the casino came to see me, I told them that I would not support a casino, a box in a field. I wanted something more for this municipality, and working together with them, we've come up with a concept that is an entertainment and tourism district, a node, which will be the largest such node east of Niagara Falls.
Oh, wow.
Very, very excited by it. It has the potential to create anywhere from 15 to 20,000 jobs. It has a full range of opportunities. Certainly a casino would be a center point, but it talks to a convention center, hotels, boutique hotels, water parks, indoor and outdoor, and a performing arts theater. So we have a lot of opportunity available to us. I'm extremely excited by the opportunity that's being presented, and it's an excellent part of the city to be located because it's in an industrial area. So you're not adjacent to residential. People don't have to worry about that. It has good access, but it's between the Liverpool Road exits, Brock Road and Westney.
Okay.
So there's lots of opportunity to attract it, and the overall development actually allows for and demands, in fact, a new interchange or the old interchange to be reinstated at Church.
Excellent.
So we see some great opportunities, and I'm very optimistic as to the future.
Well, I think you've successfully done your job because everyone is going to be excited about Durham Live. So now the question on everyone's mind is, when is Durham Live going to be open and ready for use?
Well, the decision has to be made by the province of Ontario as to whether or not the casino will be a component of Durham Live.
Okay.
We won't have that decision until sometime early next year is the current thinking. But with or without the casino, we would see the development of the site begin sometime early next year, with a 3 to 8 year build out, depending on the scope. And of course, the scope is going to depend on the ultimate decision of the province.
Right. Wonderful. Well, thank you, Mayor Ryan, so much for discussing this with me. Now, people know you as the mayor, obviously, but I'd like to give them a few moments to help know you as the man. In a little game I like to call Rapid Fire. Would you like to play?
Sure.
Okay, so it's 60 seconds on the clock, and we'll ask you as many questions as we can and see if we can help the people get to know you.
Okay.
Okay, so are you ready? Mm-hmm. Okay, so your favorite food?
Pasta.
Mine too. Are you a morning person or a night owl?
Definitely a night owl.
Okay, do you remember the last book you read?
The last book I read was The Bone Tree.
Oh, excellent. Now, do you like puppies or kittens?
Puppies.
Bacon or Nutella?
Bacon.
Okay, the last person that texted you today?
The last person that texted me today was my daughter.
Excellent. Your favorite show right now on Netflix?
House of Cards.
Mine too. Your favorite sport?
My favorite sport would be baseball.
Okay. And your biggest pet peeve?
My biggest pet peeve? I have so many.
And since we're talking about casinos, solitaire or poker?
Solitaire.
Okay. And obviously the last one, if you could have any job other than mayor, of course, what would it be?
I just love being a granddad. And that's not really a job.
You know what? That's the best job in the world. Well, I want to thank you so much again for taking the time to sit down and tell the residents of Durham about the things that they have to look forward to. And if you would like to find out any more information about what was discussed today, please visit the links below. I'm Vanessa Shelley with Coldwell Banker 2M Realty, and thanks for watching To Realty and Beyond.